Day we are together again. On the day we are together again, I will pull you in close like a hoop with no end. On the day we are together again, we will share the same table again. We will share the same table again. I will pass you the salt, the candle I will bend. We share the same table again. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will stop for a snack at the taco truck stand. When we walk around the block hand in hand. Someday we will go back to work. Someday we will go back to work. May we be among people who respect our work. Someday we will go back to work. I will write you a letter for now.
Guys, I'm going to stop it right there. There is reports of an active pew-pewer in the Joel Osteen Church. We're going to go to a live feed, and damn it, that was just ended. Crap. See if I can get it. Hold on 1 second. This is from Grizzly Hood News.
Hey, you guys, this is Grizzly live here on the other side of Lakewood. Look at all the people
Lakewood
getting
Church.
out of church, you guys. Oh, my God.
Grizzly, true crime, I love her.
I'm right here off of Stealth Way in Edlow, right behind Lakewood Church, where people are who were attending the services are exiting. This is the scene, man. Keep everybody in your prayers. These poor people, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. People are being let out, I think, like groups at a time. You know, I'm going to try to get all the different angles for you guys. I just came down this way real quick. And this is the back part of the church. God bless those people, man. Pobrecitos. So we've got Metro PD, precincts 1 and 6 constable deputies out here. We've got DPS. We've got HPD who responded out here first. And we got Harris County Sheriff's Office. We've got several, West University Police Department.
There is a news channel station live right now. It is at the Westlake Church. The church, as we know, it's Sunday. Church is going on.
Those people made it out safely, and we see, several others who made it out safely. But what a terrifying situation to be in as a churchgoer, as anyone. And Tom, I'll echo what you were saying earlier. It's a situation we've seen all too often here in our country, an active shooter in a place that is supposed to be safe, in a place that we're supposed to be able to go and not worry about violence, not worry about terror, but it shows up in these unsuspecting places, and innocent people like the ones right here are affected by it. And like I said, that witness I spoke to just like visibly shaken up. Luckily, her and her family are physically okay, as so many other families are behind me. But again, we don't know. We don't know if there are any other victims in this situation, but we will know within the next 20 to 30 minutes or so when we head down the block here and we get that official briefing from law enforcement on what they've gathered, what they know, if this shooter is down. When we say down, we don't know if that means deceased. We don't know if that means simply disarmed. So we'll get answers to all of those questions within the next 20 minutes or so, Tom.
Expect to hear an update from investigators at Richmond and Timmins. They will give us an update on how their search is going and exactly what happened here today.
Okay, we have some brand new video. Is it ready to go? I want to talk with our producer. It's live TV, folks, a breaking news situation. Are we ready to go with this video? Okay, we're working on some video and some audio that we want to share with you from the scene itself. But in the meantime, we want to share some more information.
We do. We just got a statement from Governor Greg Abbott. He sent this out saying, quote, "Our hearts are with those impacted by today's tragic shooting and the entire Lakewood Church community in Houston. Places of worship are sacred." He says he has been in contact with Mayor Whitmire and offered the full support and resources of the state of Texas, including the Department of Public Safety officers, Texas Rangers as well, to help this community and help bring swift justice to the criminal who committed this heinous act. John Cecilia and I are join Cecilia, that's his wife, in praying for this community during this difficult time, for the brave men and women in blue who acted quickly to respond to this tragedy. Again, that is a statement from Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Okay, we're trying to watch happening in real time. Of course, these are live images that we're showing you. We're seeing someone on a gurney being put into an ambulance. This is here outside of Lakewood Church happening. Now, we don't know the extent of that person's injuries, what it was caused by. You can imagine, of course, in a situation like this, anxiety and the stress of the situation can be overwhelming and perhaps even trigger something medically with someone. So, hope all is well for this individual being loaded into the ambulance. All we know thus far about any possible injuries is what Constable Alan Rosen has shared on Twitter just within the last few minutes when he tweeted about a child who was shot between the ages of 5 and 9 and a shooter who was also shot. Now, we're talking about a shooting. We've heard about one suspect. That shooter is down, according to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. And we have multiple agencies here who are involved with this scene. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez saying the shooter is down. Alan Rosen also saying he was shot. We don't know if this is the same individual that witnesses told us they saw inside the church. And that was a man with a gun, which appeared to be a pistol, a long barrel pistol at the time. So we've heard witnesses talk about this gun. We've also seen a bomb robot go inside Lakewood Church just within the past 15 minutes as well to observe their scan for any potential bomb threat in the building to be able to ensure the all clear and all is well and safe.
All right, let's go to Matt Doherty. He's at Richmond and Timmins right now. We're waiting on investigators. It looks like he has some folks to talk to.
As you know, Joe Osteen's church, Lakewood Church, holds tens of thousands.
Matt?
Probably.
Yep, we're talking to some of these folks who are coming out right now, and you can see that they were very shaken today. Can you just kind of repeat what you were telling me, Maria? Tell me what happened.
They listen a lot of chats. So, you know, the first time is no, es que no es como chat, sino que something making noise, pero, you know, cuando I see the people running and then something what happened. And somebody, when he said, go, let's go, somebody's shouting.
And so what did you do? Did you run?
I mean, stay, you know, I pray until God, this is time that I'm ready. And I mean, take a peace. And now starting to follow my friends, my sister, my my brothers. But you know, and this time, thank you God, que es, it's wonderful because the faith is que God is everything is covered.
We don't know how many that is harmed right now. We do know that a person between 5 and 9 was pew-pewed, you know. So don't know the condition of that child.
Yes, so
I'm looking
me,
right
thank
now,
you,
though.
Ami, and peace.
And you were telling me that you couldn't, because you were on the second floor, you couldn't see who the shooter was, right?
No, nobody saw the shooting because it was behind the stage.
Behind the stage.
Yeah, outside.
Outside.
Yeah, and like I
Okay, we're going to come back to that. I want to show you guys this. This is something that describes it pretty good.
You know, and that's something I do before I go to bed. Armies of angels protecting me. Armies of angels protecting my friends, protecting my family.
This is the
And
witness.
honestly, like for every one demon, there's 3 angels. So the enemy still is already defeated. But honestly, I pray for whoever did this. I pray for that person, and I pray that they find the Lord and that they get to love the Lord because the Lord loves them. Whoever they are, God loves them.
What did you all see in there? What did you hear?
I heard a bunch of, so there was one shot first, and then there was a set of shots. And then we started running, and there was multiple sets of shots. I can't really count them. It was at least 5 times that they shot multiple times altogether.
You say they, more than one person?
I don't know.
So just so you know, she just came out, all right, she was holding hands with her boyfriend, they ran for their safety. So I know you like to ask questions, all right? And those intricate questions, she's not gonna be able to answer.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I really didn't see anything. I just ran for my life.
You just heard the gunshots and ran.
Yeah, I was like, I'm from New York, so in New York you don't see that stuff often. So yeah.
And what's your name?
Paula.
Spell for me.
Paula.
And your last name?
Laverde. Laverde.
Say it one more time for me.
Okay, let's go back to the live footage here.
she say.
Joins us now on the phone. She's at Richmond and Edlow near Lakewood Church. Aniele, I understand you spoke with people who were inside the church. Okay, well, we had her on the phone. We'll try and reconnect with her in just a bit. Hang tight with us. Again, breaking news, a lot taking place here. We're working to get you as much information as we can to pass along. All right, we think she's patched in now. Let's try again. Aniele, hi, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. We understand you spoke with some people who were inside the church.
Yes, so I did speak with a family who said that they were here for the service. They got here early. They were seated. They had taken their kids to daycare already. They have several kids and an infant, actually, who is also in daycare. As you can imagine, they were extremely frightened when they say they heard several gunshots. They say they were all happening. They thought at first that the gunshots were part of either the band because it came from behind the stage, is what they're telling me. That they heard the gunshots behind the stage, and then they realized that it wasn't music or anything coming from the band, and that's when he told his wife, "Hey, get down, take cover, take cover." So his wife took cover, and he said, "I'm going to go look for our baby." So he says he ran out of the main part of the church, and he ran out to try and see if he could get to his baby, but that they were locked and he could not get in. So he felt a little safer that they were locked, but as you can imagine, he didn't know where they were.
And
So
Aniele, which service were they attending? Because we were told one service was just wrapping up, another one was getting started. There was an English-speaking service and a Spanish-speaking service, and we were in between the transition of the two. Do you know which one they were attending?
Yes, they were attending the Spanish service. They were attending the Spanish service. They said they had gotten there early, with their kiddos ready. They said, to obviously come and celebrate their son just like any other kid.
So I do want to say this very quickly on X. This is totally alleged. We don't know who the people are, but I will just tell you what X is saying. Yes, multiple active, 2 female, 2 male. They had assault and pump action 2 males were neutralized, not sure about the females, but they started pew-pewing inside a woman's bathroom. So that is what they are saying at this time.
And I think when they picked up one of their kids, he said, Daddy, that they were locked in the bathroom for a long time.
Yes. That
They were-
seems to be what we're hearing from other families too. We heard from a little boy who also shared that he and other children from Sunday school were hiding in the bathroom. Aniele, was he relocated with his children, and about how long did that take?
He said it took over an hour, and they actually just got their infant right now, like minutes ago. He said that was the most nerve-wracking thing, is that nobody could tell him where his infant son was. And so that was for him and his wife, as you can imagine. They were coming out here in tears, hugging their baby, kissing their baby once they were given their infant baby boy. But as you can imagine, they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what happened, and they just wanted to hold their babies again. And so a very emotional interview that I'll, of course, post on our Twitter page so you guys can see. It is the families that are out here. Like I said, they did these interviews in Spanish, and still very emotional, still trying to figure out what happened here. But a sigh of relief for a lot of us who are reunited with their children.
Yeah, a little bit of distortion with Aniele's phone call. She is on the move there. Right there on the right-hand side of your screen, you're looking at the Reunification Center at Lifetime Fitness. Aniele talking about just how long it took for one family who she spoke to be reunited with their children. You have to think this started at 12:45.
Yeah,
so if that family was just reunited with their infant baby minutes ago, that was a couple of hours not knowing where their child was.
We have a team on this story today. Marcelino Benito joining us right now. Marcelino, what do you have?
Well, then we've been hearing a lot from witnesses, from our reporters who are at the scene, but now we're getting brand new video just into the newsroom. This is video taken from a live stream that appears to be from inside Lakewood Church. The man on camera you're about to see is sharing details in Spanish of a service, giving
Trigger
people
warning,
what
mods.
looks like information on a website before you hear what could
Please and
be
thank you.
gunshots. Take a listen.
Missions.com/2024. Repito.
Oh my God.
You see his eyes get real big there right after he hears the initial round of gunshots, then seems to look away from the camera, looking back behind him. As soon as you hear those gunshots, guys, in that video, you see people sort of start to run and flee, apparently down an escalator. That is video we're getting from inside Lakewood Church of the moments right after that shooting unfolded. Now, after these types of incidents, as they unfold, our team starts coving and scanning through scanner traffic, those communications between law enforcement as these scenes unfold in real time. Our producers here have sifted through a lot of that traffic early, and we have a clip to play you of that police response communication between agencies. Take a listen.
Where are you at? Lakewood Church. Lakewood Church en route. These units at Lakewood Church. Active shooters.
Now, two quick thoughts on what we just heard there. If you pay attention, you listen carefully, I'm not sure if you heard it, you hear gunshots in the back of that communication as law enforcement is responding and calling in for backup. You also hear someone, an officer there, saying active shooters, plural. At this point, we should note we are only aware of one official shooter, that information coming from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. But as you guys have mentioned throughout this coverage, this is a Houston Police Department scene. We hope to hear from them in about 9 minutes at 4:30, where they will hold a press conference. Chief Finner, the mayor, and everyone who's responded will be there to brief us on what's unfolded here today.
Wow,
Guys,
troubling to see that video. Marcelino, thank you. And as the
Press
witness said
conference
earlier,
should be
describing
coming up
Jason Miles,
very
the
shortly.
woman said it sounded like tables collapsing. That's exactly what that gunshot
And
sounded
mechanical
like.
equipment. Someone said they thought it was mechanical equipment,
One of
which
the
makes
biggest
sense because if
churches
this
in the
took place behind a
world,
stage,
for that
we
matter,
would
let
think
alone the
that. So
country.
it took a moment for it to register for everyone there in the church what was going on. Jason Miles outside the church. Let's join him now. Jason.
Yeah, we've heard it sounded like something mechanical, to balloons popping, to
collapsible tables being put up. Alexander and his son Aaron here were inside the church when all of this went down. Alexander, describe what you heard and or saw.
We're sitting on the front stage when we hear the guns, and I told my family that get it down on the floor, because that's what I learned for people and children, things like that.
Aaron, I suspect you never thought it would happen here.
Yeah.
Interstate southbound
I
is
just heard a bunch of
closed, from what
gunshots,
I'm
and I just saw
understanding.
people running. And,
How many would you say?
like gunshots? Like 10 to 12.
That many?
Yeah.
And immediately, did you think it was gunfire, or did you think it was something else?
I didn't think, because I just saw people running, and then I just start hearing the gunshots.
And fortunately, you and your family are okay, right?
Yeah.
Did you see a gunman or anything like that?
No, we don't see it. We don't see it, but we just hear. Yeah, because a lot of people are running. I think, but I don't see it.
I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad your family's okay. Scary situation, huh?
Oh yeah. We can die. We can die, and involved in those things. Yeah, I try to survive. Tell my family to get on the floor. That's it.
Will you be back to Lakewood?
Yeah. We do. It's the house, that house. Supposed to where we try to be out of the bad, things that we doing.
So we know it's more than one active pew pewer at the moment. One has been neutralized for sure.
That's that's what we're trying to get into the good things.
Alexander, Aaron, thank you for your time. Among the congregates inside Lakewood today, when shots rang out, they evacuated, and we're standing in between those two mirrored twin towers, if you will, inside Greenway Plaza. For those of you who are familiar, this is where families are being told to come out after they leave Lakewood Church. Obviously, many of them hunkered down in various rooms, made their way over to a connecting parking garage. Now they're being told to come out here to Greenway Plaza outside the Life Cafe, which is in the first level of the Lifetime Fitness, which is to the immediate north of Lakewood Church, a grassy area with a big fountain. And this is where people can meet up with family members and so forth and make their way on home after a very traumatic day for many people, guys.
A very traumatic day for those of the faith. So many people leaning into their faith today, saying they will be back to the church. The church apparently targeted, or someone in the church targeted. We're not sure at this moment. We're still waiting to find out so much information. Jason Miles there on the ground for us. Thank you so much. But what we do know at this time is that there was a shooting at 12:45, and we have now seen video from inside the church, not of the shooting itself, but a communication video that was playing, and you can hear the gunshots in the background. We do know that, according to Constable Alan Rosen, he tweeted that a child was shot between the ages of 5 and 9, and a shooter was also shot. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez also confirming that the shooter was down. This is an HPD scene. This is in their area. It is theirs to patrol. So we are waiting to find out more.
Press conference. Just going to show you here. I got a live feed waiting for that. Bear with me one moment. Well, so we are waiting for that live feed. Well, there it is, but it's coming.
Y'all need a mic check? Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Blah, blah, blah. All right. How are you guys looking? About ready?
Sometimes
Okay, yeah. Okay.
it's a little low. Sometimes I apologize. Turn it up as loud as you can.
You want to put a mic up?
Live feeds are very low usually.
But I think we can fit you in right there.
Thank you so much for one full year, always late. Thank you. Prayers, absolutely.
Maybe not.
Definitely needed in today's world.
All right, that should be over there. But then I I will re-clip to this, which it has not wanted to stay on. Okay. Great. Okay, as long as nobody touches it, I think we're good. All right. You're welcome. Phone's on silent.
Oh God. Okay.
No, me too. I honestly.
One second. I want to check something else here. 1 second.
This is a typical process. You've never been to one of these things where all the microphones get attached to the stand there, and going to check levels to make sure that everybody's microphones are working correctly.
It's probably going to make y'all dizzy, so I'll go back to this. Press conference should be very soon. We do know that there is more than one there was more than one active
You got it switched over to headset? Okay.
unaliver. We know that one has at least been neutralized. We did hear that there obviously has been injuries. We have no idea on how many active people there was in the church that did this to the congregation.
So as soon as they're done, they should go. But I don't have like 5 minutes live.
There is rumor that there was females, yes, as the active. Hey, Mohawk. I mean, Joe Osteen, his church, I mean, if you've ever watched Joe Osteen, it is as big as it gets. It's a humongous church.
Anybody need a mic check? Last chance. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. And it's
Let's go.
Police Chief, Mayor, Pastor Osteen's here, and then maybe Chief.
They said this was going to start at 3:30.
Okay, it's going to be the Police Chief Troy Finner, Mayor John Whitmire, Houston Fire Chief Sam Pena, and also looks like Pastor Osteen. Okay.
Joe Osteen's going to be there. Oh, there's Joe Osteen. Okay. Don't fucking freeze.
Good afternoon. I'm John Whitmire, Mayor of Houston, Texas, and I stand before you today, unfortunately, to report on the tragedy that occurred just before 2 o'clock at Lakewood Church as they were in between services. I'll leave the details of the first responders' reaction in a timely fashion to the Chiefs Finner and Chief Pena. I want Houstonians and surrounding communities to know that the first responders are doing their job in protecting the public, Houstonians, and surrounding communities. I also want everyone to know that this is a perfect example of the collaboration between departments. It's exactly what we've been calling for. HPD, constables. I could just go through a list of multiple agencies representing their agencies in a very responsive way. We want to give our condolences to Reverend Osteen and his congregation. It's unfortunate on the day that we want to attend church, watch America's #1 sports event, we find ourselves gathered here to respond to this tragedy. We want Houstonians to know that they are being protected by their first responders. We want to thank the Houston Fire Department for their quick response, the medical profession who's tending to one of the injured. So as mayor of the city of Houston, I want to assure everyone that everyone is at work doing their job. Let's come together on this beautiful day, a day that we're experiencing a tragedy. Let's hug our loved ones. When you leave here today, go hug your loved ones and say a prayer for those that are involved. Say a prayer for those officers that had to drop this suspect. They're suffering right now. And all these other first responders that I'm surrounded by, they're doing their job so we can be safe. At this time, let me yield to our police chief, Troy Finner.
Thank you, Mayor. Like the mayor said, and I think the most important message, before I get into details, is talk about the resiliency of our great city. And we worship together, we cry together, but we rebuild together. This is a tragic day to watch how we stand together. No suspect or suspects will tear down our city and our places of worship. Pastor Osteen is standing with us and all of our partners. And I want to thank them all, our local, our state, our federal partners. I just want to give some detail here, but pray for everybody that's involved. The victims who I'll discuss here. And the unsaid victims, those individuals that came here to worship today and had to witness this. But rest assured, in this city, we're going to stand strong and we're going to move forward. So approximately at 1:53 p.m., a female, approximately 30, 35 years old, entered the property on the west side here in the parking lot of Lakewood Church. She entered the building. She was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack, accompanied by a small child, approximately 4 to 5 years old. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire. I want to compliment the off-duty officers who were working extra employment here. One TABC agent, 4 years of service, 38 years old. An HPD off-duty officer, 28 years old, 2 years of service. Both officers, the officer and agent, engaged, striking the female. She's deceased here on the scene. Unfortunately, a 5-year-old kid was hit and is in critical condition at our local hospital. There was a 57-year-old man who didn't have anything to do with it, I don't think, was shot in the leg. He's seeking treatment in the hospital. So let's all pray for each and every one of them. Once she went down, officers reported back to us that she threatened, that she had a bomb. So we searched her vehicle, our bomb squad, and also the backpack. No explosives were found, but she was also spraying some type of substance on the ground. So HFD came and the fire chief would speak briefly on that. But again, we're gonna stand strong. Again, I wanna commend those officers. She had a long gun and it could have been a lot worse, but they stepped up and they did their job. And I wanna thank them for that. As you know, when an officer's involved in a shooting, we conducted criminal investigation, Harris County District Attorney's Office, and also both agencies conduct administrative investigations. That will take place. Both of these officers will, and the officer and the agent will be placed on administrative duty. But again, let's pray for everybody. And we stand strong here in Houston. I'll pass it on right now. Let me say this too. Places of worship. That's what they are. And that's what they will remain in our city. So it's just an opportunity for us to refocus and make sure that we all look out for one another. there will be increased patrols and a lot of conversation in our command posts with our federal partners and our local partners. We're going to increase those patrols in and around those religious institutions. And it doesn't matter which faith. We love everybody here in our city, and everybody's important. So let me pass it on to Fire Chief Pena.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mayor. First of all, let me thank all the agencies that are here with us. This is really a team effort, and our prayers are with, and our positive thoughts are with the injured, and with the officers that engaged this suspect. It's traumatic not only for our community, but it's certainly traumatic for the officers who had to take a life, and we worry about their mental health as well. So our prayers are with them, and we're going to give them whatever support they need to ensure that they are able to manage through this incident safely. Kudos to the first responders. The Houston Fire Department, Police Department was here within minutes. We are now dealing with consequence management of this incident. Now that the threat has been neutralized, we are going to take our time to ensure that any issue, any risk that we see is properly vetted. We have our hazmat team on scene. You see behind us, you have decon units that are participating in collaboration with the Houston Police Department's bomb squad to ensure that we are looking at every aspect that may be of risk. Right now, I can safely say that we have not found anything that is of concern to our community or to this location. But we're going to take our time to ensure that we look at every aspect. Our hazmat team, our decon team, and our rescue team will remain on scene until needed, and we're going to collaborate in this effort. We did transport two patients. One, approximately a 5-year-old child in critical condition. They went to Texas Children's, and we transported a second male, about 56 years of age, with an injury to the hip. He, last I heard, he was in stable condition. Both are still in the hospital. The child is still in critical condition, and we don't have any further information as far as his status. But again, let's pray for this community as a whole. This is traumatic for everyone of every Houstonian, and these types of incidents are unfortunately something that we deal more often than we need to with.
Yes, Jane.
So
Yes.
look, we're going to remain on scene. I'm going to pass this on now to.
Before I bring it up. Yeah. Really quickly, this is a light, an isolated incident, we believe at this moment. Okay, no further danger to our public, but we do want to conduct a methodical search of the building to make sure that nobody's in there, nobody else is in there hurt. So that will continue. We ask that the public stay away from the area and let us do our job on that. The reunification location for our parents or our family members, the Lifetime Fitness Center here. And if you come up, we'll direct you. Try to stay on the east side of the building, not on the west side of the building, and we'll get you and reunited with your family members. Okay, Pastor.
First, I'll thank Chief and the Mayor and Chief Pena and all of these men and women did an amazing job. And it's just, you said it, Chief, it could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church. But, you know, we don't understand why these things happen, but we know God's in control. And we're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased, her family and all, and the other gentleman. But I don't know, it's just kind of in a fog, but, you know, just believe that, you know, we're going to stay strong. We're going to continue to move forward. And there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God are stronger than that. So we're going to keep going strong and just, you know, doing what God's called us to do, lift people up and give hope to the world. Again, I want to thank all these gentlemen because, you know, I can only imagine if it would have happened during the 11 o'clock service. We were in between services going into the Spanish service. So, you know, if there's anything good of it, you know what, she didn't get in there and do a whole lot worse damage. So we thank God for that. He's watching over all of us. And as the chief says, we're going to keep going strong and bringing hope to the world. But thank you again, gentlemen.
I'm going to get Chief Gun 2 for translation in Spanish. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Recibimos la llamada a las 1:53
Los oficiales respondieron entre minutos aquí. Lo que pasó es la señora entró en la iglesia aquí en enfrente, dejó el coche afuera, entró con un niño de
I'm gonna
5
go
años, que
to
parece con 5 años. A la entrada, ella tenía puesta un abrigo largo, tenía una escopeta
bear
y
with me
comenzó a
one
disparar en la
second.
entrada. Así en la entrada, los oficiales que estaban trabajando un trabajo extra estaban aquí. Es un agente del TABC que tiene 38 años en el departamento, 38 años y 4 años por el departamento, y uno nuestro de HPD oficial
I
comenzó a
agree.
disparar. Él solamente tiene 2 años en el departamento. Comenzó a dispararon. La señora, los oficiales le dieron un balazo al caer. Ella mencionó algo de una bomba.
Who brings a
Entonces,
child?
aquí tenemos los expertos.
Why did she bring a child? That's like. Oh, am I still here? Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. Who brings a child? That's like the people that use them as shields. That is insanity. Absolutely insanity. So we just know that one is unalive, one like a 5-year-old child is in the hospital in critical condition, and there is a male in his 50s, I believe, that he is in stable condition but was taken to hospital. So with that being said, if anything else happens on this, I will let you know. I'm sure it will only be about $9 a night for thoughts and prayers from Joel. Yeah, he'll write a book about it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So I will keep you guys posted. I will be live tonight at some point. By 10 o'clock, I will be live. Between now and 10, I was getting my face on when this happened. So his comments were so rehearsed. He's just very generic. No pastor should be that rich if you're doing. They all should have to pay taxes, absolutely. So we'll be live in a little bit. Hey, I was live last night. He was probably in bed. He's probably in bed. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're going to be talking about Monkey Michael Von case. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you. Bye-bye.